We now welcome Lindsay Roberg, Executive Director of the Friends of Caroline Hospice. Lindsay, thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, I'm thrilled you're here, Lindsay. Tell us about the Friends of Caroline Hospice and your relationship with Beaufort County Schools.
Sure. So Friends of Caroline has been in Beaufort for the last 37 years. We're a nonprofit, and we started it started with a group of volunteers who came together to take care of a patient in her home. We saw that there was a need, in addition to the hospice and palliative care that we do, there was a big need in this area to do bereavement. And so in 2003, we partnered with Beaufort County School District to start offering some support groups in the Beaufort County schools to help children who have experienced any type of loss.
It's a big deal. Tell us about what you're doing with Camp Caroline.
Sure. So Camp Caroline is now going to be in its 4th year, and we're really excited this year because we are partnering with the Port Royal Sound Foundation, and we are going to bring in not only the bereavement that is so important for children to have and to know what the coping mechanisms are and how to deal with a healthy loss, but also to learn about this beautiful ecosystem that we have around us and how important it is to take care of the environment. So we're going to do some eco tours and stuff such as that, some touch tanks, and that's going to be June 25th from 9 to 4 at Port Royal Sound Foundation, and it is free and open to anyone. And we even have people who come down all the way from Charleston, so it's a good thing for the community, but it's also gone far beyond just Beaufort. It's also reaching the low country folks as well.
Yeah, it's so important. You got to understand what you're going through with grief, not just physiologically, but also, of course, understand you're not alone. What are the age groups and the costs to attend the camp?
Okay, so we are offering from rising first graders, so if your child is going into first grade, or all the way through seniors, and they'll be broken up into different groups and have different activities based on their age groups. So it's anyone from rising first to 12th grade. And the cost is, there is no cost, it's free, and how we pay for that is we have fundraisers throughout the year. So if you have come to one of our fundraisers or if you give donations to Friends of Caroline, that's how we provide these very important services.
Well, help us understand how this community can support you best. Are you looking for volunteers? When are the best fundraisers? And how can we get involved?
So there are many ways to get involved with Friends of Caroline. Like I said earlier, we have several different programs, and we also have a thrift store on Rebelt Road, which that program, in addition to our fundraisers, helps support things like Camp Caroline and the child bereavement program that we have. So anybody with any types of talents, we can always put you to work. We have anyone from patient volunteers to working in our office, working at our fundraisers. But if maybe you don't have the time to commit to volunteerism, you can always come out to one of our fundraisers, and we always accept donations, and those are ways that the community can really get involved, and we so appreciate all of our friends in Beaufort.
Regarding Camp Caroline, for the kids, do the kids have to be related to former patients to participate, and how could someone reach you if they're interested in registering a kid?
Sure, so that's a great question. You do not have to be a survivor of one of our patients. We take anybody who's experienced any type of loss, and it can be, you know, a loss of a grandmother, the loss of a parent, the loss of a sibling, but it could even be a loss of a pet, and a loss is a loss. And it's important that one thing we've really realized is that everybody has experienced some type of loss that affects them, and if we can give each other the support and the coping mechanisms that are healthy, that it goes a long way. So anybody is welcome, and like I said, it's free of charge.
Lindsay Roberg is Executive Director of the Friends of Caroline Hospice. Lindsay, you are an essential standard for what happens in this community. Thanks for everything you do around here.
Thank you so much for having me.
It was fun to have you. Upon our return, we've got Mike Snisko from the Sanctuary Golf Club, plus Low Country Weekly is back to take us out and about. Stay there.